you know what? We're going to make this an interactive session because you're sitting too much. It's not healthy. So I'm going to get you up and you're going to learn some Bollywood moves. It's interactive. Yes? Get up. It's not healthy to sit so much. Ride the motorbike. Okay? Ride the motorbike, screw in the light bulb. Ride the motorbike, screw in the light bulb. Ride the motorbike, screw, look, he's even getting his knees. Ride the motorbike, screw in the light bulb. Change it up, cookies in the oven, cookies in the oven, cookies in the oven, cookies in the oven. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Very good. Very good. Excellent. My name is Tina Varughese and I am with T-Works. I specialize in cross-cultural communication. Cross-cultural communication will impact your sales, your marketing, your customer service, your social media efforts, your recruitment, and your retention. And I truly, truly believe that cross-cultural communication is no longer a business nicety. It's a business necessity. And that's why we're here today. We're looking at creating sustainability within your sector. You have to ensure that all of your communication with your clients is not being lost. And when you have English as a second language, you have to ensure that your email, that your face-to-face communication, that all of the communication and interaction that you have is getting across to the client. And if it's not, then ultimately you are not building a relationship. And that's what this is all about. I want to really help you create a sustaining relationship. Because I don't believe in the one-off rental or the one-off management or the one-off sale. I believe in sustainability. And that's what we want to do. That's where we want to get to. And if someone is interrupting you and you feel it might be a cultural issue, let them and carry on with your conversation. Because what is our natural inclination if someone interrupts us? Stan would argue. Stan would argue. Anybody else? What's your natural inclination? Stop talking. Exactly. You're going to stop. Barrel through it. Keep talking. If they truly don't understand a concept, if they have a question, they will stop you. But otherwise, barrel through it and get through the conversation. Keep in mind, with people coming from a lot of collective cultures, particularly South Asia, that's how they have conversations. Direct communicators use very direct language. People coming from the US, UK, Germany, the Netherlands, and Eastern Europe tend to be very direct in their communication style. However, the Canadian perception of some of these people might be what? Be honest. Stan's too honest. Oh, look at all you're so honest. Had a whole group of you say, rude. They're rude. Absolutely. The perception is sometimes that direct communicators are actually rude. And in essence, they're not rude. They're just extremely direct. And the perception is that they're rude. So it's very, very hard, but ensure that you remember it's a communication style. It's not a personality conflict. Because if someone's rude to you, where's your customer service going to go? Down, down. So you really have to change your mindset to recognize that they're direct communicators. Canada, believe it or not, falls directly in the middle. We are indirectly direct. Or directly indirect. I'm like, we can't even pick a stance on that. That's so Canadian. No stance. There's no stance. We're right in the middle. Indirect communicators, that's where the issue comes. Because a yes might mean a no. A no might mean maybe. In the Filipino language, which is Tagalog, there is a word. That word is iwan. Iwan literally means yes or no. I'm like, this is the best word on the planet for me. Would you like dessert? Iwan. I want the dessert. I don't want the calories. Do you want the shoes? Iwan. I want the shoes. I simply can't afford them. This was my word. Now, the best way to get the indirect communicator style down is through an anecdote. The world perceives Canadians as being highly superficial because we say, "How are you?" And we don't mean it. In fact, if someone actually answered truthfully, we'd be frightened of the answer. If someone honestly answered, "How are you?" Barry, what are you thinking of me based on the handshake? Well, what does Barry do? Okay. What are you thinking of me based on the handshake that I just gave you?
Again, dead fish. Sorry. Just no strings.
Don't have to apologize. No strings.
Yeah.
No strings, like no attachment.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Shake. What are you thinking of me? What's your perception of me based on the handshake that I just gave you?
Not very friendly.
Not very friendly.
Engaged.
Okay, so disengaged, not very friendly, dead fish. Look at him. Mark, what are you thinking of me? All right, the handshake that I just gave all of you might be very typical, not necessarily, but very typical of a first-generation Chinese immigrant. What I just gave you was very, almost could be perceived as weak, dead fish, disengaged, not interested. The problem is we make our first impression very, very, very quickly. And if you felt that I was disengaged, disinterested, a dead fish, not very friendly, where's your customer service going to go? Down. Completely down. Immediately down. When in essence, it might simply be cultural. My ultimate goal for you is that you have learned something that you can use both professionally and personally as well. Thank you so much. Have a great conference.
Really enjoyed Tina's session on cross-cultural communication. She's an excellent storyteller, and I really look forward to hearing her again.
It was really wonderful to have Tina with us here today to talk about cultural differences and how they work with our business. And I'm sure many of our members will have a good time using these tips and information. Tina was a fantastic speaker. Her method of delivery was exciting and interesting and entertained our people amazing.
In my keynotes and workshops on cross-cultural communication, I focus on marketing tips, communication styles, negotiations, nonverbal communication. I want to provide education and relevance, but I also want it to be fun and entertaining.